I think in terms of continuing to fund research, diabetes is obviously an increasing problem both within the UK and globally. It's well known that levels of type 2 diabetes are increasing rapidly, and from a personal perspective, gestational diabetes is increasing at a similar rate in parallel. And I think ultimately, to sort of combat this and to improve treatments for diabetes, research is essential. If we can understand the underlying physiology and if we can understand what's actually going on within the islets and within the body that leads to diabetes in its different forms, then really that's ultimately going to lead to better care and potentially new therapies and new understanding of diabetes.
This DRWF non-clinical fellowship is really exciting and important for me in terms of career progression. I'm excited especially because it's enabled me to build some really important collaboration with other investigators in the diabetes field to think about collaborating with immunologists, which is important not only for the research, which I really think it is in terms of taking full benefit of the therapeutic properties of mesenchymal stromal cells, so that we can focus on what we already know and what we've already demonstrated in terms of their capacity to help islet function. But the collaborations with the researchers in immunology means that we can also really have additive effects of using these MSCs and their secreted products to help to prevent immune rejection of the transplanted islets. And I think importantly in terms of my career motivations after the fellowship, I very much want to start building my own research group, and I think that these collaborations and learning a lot of new experimental techniques will give me a very diverse and broad repertoire of skills that I can use to mentor future researchers within the diabetes field to make sure that we can continue doing really high-class research.
The pump priming fund that we obtained from the DRWF resulted in some interesting work that was presented in abstract form at the European Diabetic Nephropathy Study Group and at the ESD in the last 2 years. And that funded some salary and was extremely useful in obtaining further funding, specifically from the British Heart Foundation. And I was funding a postdoc who was carrying on with their work, which will soon hopefully result in a publication.
We must keep looking and searching. It is the best method for finding, and perhaps what we tell our patients tomorrow will not be the same as we have to tell them today.